All right, I'm going to go at this kamikaze style. Here's the lowdown. I've started a reading that is meant for earth elements, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, and I'm doing a deep dive Yggdrasil. I've started it and I thought I could record with YouTube, but then it stopped as I was talking. I didn't know how long. I never used that form before. And I thought, oh, well, maybe I could avoid the editing and trying to get a reading edited down to less than 30 minutes. Well, I guess I'm going to have to do that because I tried that and YouTube cut it off. And I'm like, well, I'm going to have to start the reading over anyway. I tried to go YouTube live and YouTube was like, you are not authorized to do that. And I'm like, I got your authorization. So here we are, Yggdrasil, Phoenix cards, Terror of the White Cat, deep dive. I've done a past, present, and future with the Druid Animal Oracle cards. That's these. This, or I don't even know. Are you sideways yet? I'm sideways. I'll tell you that much. Maybe you're not sideways. So if I do this, is it upside down to you? Well, we'll find out. Just have to, if it's upside down, but so you're getting a divination reading from someone in upside down land, okay? That's how things are. So we have the owl, the fox, the eagle. Can you see those? Owl, fox, eagle? Yes, you can see those. Awesome. Owls, right here, detachment, wisdom, change. The owl teaches us the wisdom of turning a disadvantage into advantage. For most birds, the coming of darkness renders it impossible for them to feed, but the owl's exceptional hearing enables it to pick out and swoop on unsuspecting prey during the night. So they're good hunters, but you see like the eyes, they do kind of have cold eyes, you know, those piercing stare of the wise owl, because they are predators, maybe beautiful also. You can be drawn to be a study of esoteric lore or clairvoyancy. So that is in the past. Currently, foxes I know are they're cute, playful, fun, fleet. They're agile. They're quick on their feet. Fox. Let's see. Diplomacy, cunning, wildness. The fox is a graceful creature who typifies the beauty and harmony of the unnatural world. Working with the power of the fox, you will know when to come out into the open and be counted, and when to remain silent. With others, you will be able to be diplomatic. So this is kind of, we are in times where people pop off, are quickly set off. So this is be fleeting, and know when to say something and maybe not to, rile the hunters, so to speak, or attract the bloodhounds. You don't want to attract the bloodhounds. Roll, roll. You ever hear the hound dogs? And in the future, we have eagle here. Come on, eagle. Here we go. Intelligence, renewal, courage. But also look how that is a predator, eagle in predator mode. Um, uh, Intelligence renewal. The eagle helps you to see your life in the wilder context, enabling you to make decisions and chart your goals with clarity and objectivity. You're seeing clearly. You have the eagle eye. Um, oh, there's more detachment in this also, but perhaps that is a good way to keep from riling the bloodhounds if you are diplomatic, um, in a sense of intelligent detachment, or in the need of intelligence, knowing when to be emotional and when to have got to have your wits about you, don't you? Sure, go on then. Got to have your wits about you. Okay, and then I'm going to go into the past, present, and future influences from the Phoenix cards. Are you still recording? Yeah, you are. Disco. Okay. Hopi Kachina Mask. Here we have Hopi Kachina Mask, the Gypsy Amulet, and Mayan Jaguar Priest. Let's see. And I'm going to go here. 7. Yeah. Love of the earth. The American Southwest, ruled by Venus, the spiritual union with earth energies that so this is a deep connection with nature and respecting it and living in balance. So this, you have this element in your past, living in harmony with earth, shy, gentle, cooperative. Their culture was very gentle, family oriented, natural feeling for the elements, especially earth energies. Okay, as this being an earth element reading, this is very significatory, if that's a word I can use, of being Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. This is a good evidence of that. Interest in arcane subjects, history, poetry, dance, peaceful, loving, generous, trustworthy, and sympathetic. So that is an element coming with your past. So with these two together in the past, I think it looks like that though the owl may be a predator, it doesn't do it out of malice. The owl doesn't prey on mice, for a giggle. They do it for survival, because they got to puke that up. That's gross. And then let's move on to the Gypsy Hand Amulet with the fox here, 7. And I can do deep. It's going. It's going. All right, I'm gonna try this one more time to go at this. I'm just gonna hold the thing so I know when my space has just had too much to bear. I think I have about 7 minutes before I reach that limit. And so I just want to reiterate, this is probably part 3 or 4. One of the parts may or may not be upside down, because, that's the world we live in. Some things are upside down. Okay. But this is a deep dive divination card for earth elements. Let's talk about summer. Earth element summer, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I have already done a past, present, future pull of animal oracle cards and the phoenix cards. And I'm just going to try and run through them one more time, because I don't know what I lost in the last thing before it hit the limit, and I'm already jibber jabbering. So here we go. Okay, so in the past influence that is affecting us now, we have the owl, Hopi Kachina mask. Owls are have a detachment, because you see they have kind of that cold stare, but they are known for being wise. They're creatures of the night. You have the element of the moon here. And the Hopi Kachina mask, that is a signifier of connection to earth, community, gentleness. There's a strong family ties. The semblance of the effect of the Hopi Kachina people, who lived connected to the earth and respected it and lived in harmony with it. And the image with the clarity that gives me with the owl is that, yes, the owl is sort of a predator, but it's not like it gets joy or it's done out of malice that it hunts the mouse. It does it to live, to survive, and, doesn't do it for fun. It's got to puke that mouse back up, or its bones. And in the present, we have the fox and the gypsy amulet. The fox is known is playful. The fox is alert, keen, fleet-footed, knows when to come out and knows when to hide, to not alert the bloodhounds. So the hunters come, knowing when to be listening. There's a big emphasis on the ears, listening. There's a bit of cunning here with the gypsy element, gypsy amulet also. Let me read that for you one more time, because I have a hunch that might be where the last recording cut off. So here we have for the gypsy amulet, I take what I need with harm to none. Survival instincts. The mind is extremely sharp with uncanny ability to observe and assimilate details. Little can escape this clever scrutiny. Protective of others, yet at times selfish, beautiful or awe-inspiring in appearance, very wise but tactless or blunt. So foxes can known for being a bit yippy. You know, when they get playful, they might get a bit yippy, but there's a cleverness here. So maybe it's about being wise to know when to use your intelligence over emotion, because you don't want to alert the bloodhounds. There's blood in the air, shall we say. And then here in the future, we have the eagle and the Mayan jaguar priest. The eagle is keen. They have insight. There's a bit of a detachment here also. There's also the wisdom here that echoes the element of being aware, like not riling the bloodhounds, not so they don't sound the alarm. And let's look at the Mayan jaguar priest. I like this card in the deck, the Phoenix deck. You know, jaguar priest. I kind of into cats, and it is seeker of the abstract. The ability to understand abstract knowledge, artistic and industrious. There's a pronounced interest in astrology and heavenly movements and an unusual ability to understand abstract concepts. The personality is friendly, but the body is rather delicate. Mental powers are outstanding and extremely advanced. Vision reaches into the future. Well, that is in the future. So this, I think that shows that there's an intelligence that is be aware of when to come out of the bramble and when to use the bramble to your advantage, and that using the bramble, that's also being one with the earth, listening to the earth and its messages to us, and vision reaches into the future. So being wise, you can plan for the future. And I know that's important for Virgos, is being able to plan and assess and analyze. So perhaps this would be a good time to take moments to analyze, and maybe take a step back of take a keen eagle eye to what's happening. And this is sort of, there's an element of balance here with the dark and the night and the day hunters here. Okay, so that is the past, present, future with these for our reading today. Our kamikaze deep dive coming at ya. And I'm going to put these back in their decks when we're done. Let's see. So now I'm going to put the book away. We'll put that on there so don't get... All right, let's get into Yggdrasil. We're just about 6 minutes, so I'm going to cut this off here, and then I'll start a new one, and we'll do Yggdrasil and clarify with the Tarot of the White Cat. Be right back. Okay, here we go again. I don't know if this is part 3, part 4. I have about 6 minutes before my space just has too much to deal with, so I'm going to try and do this first part of the Yggdrasil and Tarot of the White Cats. We'll do it in 2 pieces. I think I can do it in 2 pieces with about 6 minutes each. However, I still need my hands to shuffle these cards again. And, the doohickey I got just isn't working. I think that's part of why one of these parts is partially upside down. So I'm just going to do my old, you are on my cat tree right now in a teacup made by my sister, so I can shuffle these cards. And we can all get on with our lives. So I'm going to start with this is the Yggdrasil deck. Bottom of the deck, we have Gandalf. That's cool. You see Gandalf. I love this art. How cool. Haldorson's art is pretty darn cool. So let me go ahead. Let's just go ahead and get these placed out. Ooh, the present, that is top of mind. Right in here, right now. That sung, right now, for the moment. Was that Van Halen? Right now. And then in Hill, we have Gefgen. Gefgen, claiming new ground. And in my previously recorded video, this was in Alzheimer, but now we have it in Hill. So this is the very basest of us, is claiming new ground. It's very, at our root chakra is Gefgen. Then up here at Alzheimer with Frigg. Yes, that's awesome. Awesome to get Frigg there. Foresight, wisdom, intuition. And then down here in Svaltophammer, Heimdall. Oh boy. Gateway, opportunity, warning. He guards sort of Bifrost. Heimdall, he guards his like a gateway messenger sort of. Wow, okay. And then Bragi, poetry, language, expression. That's nice that that's in Midgard. Let's see, what time are we at? We are at 3 over, almost 4. Okay, then in Niflheimer, Odin. That's very nice. We have Odin in Niflheimer. Okay. Jotunheimer, Skirnir. So this is our second messenger, our second message. So there's going to be some sort of communication, because this is also, this messenger is in Jotunheimer. So rough news, perhaps. And in Svargenheimer, the first human man. And in my last recording, we had the first human woman in Svargenheimer. So I think this still indicates like a sort of new career, new job growth, a new turn, element of newness here. And Muspel Foresti, fairness and judgment. Shoot, he is someone's, whose kid is he? Is he Baldur's son? He could be Baldur's son. We'll find out when I get into the reading. But I like that Foresti is in Muspelheimer, that there's fairness and judgment is having force and passion and energy put into fairness and judgment. It's comforting to know that that's there with, you know, the world seeming chaotic right now. Okay, and let's see what time is. Okay, really quick. So I'm gonna really quick shuffle these into each other. And well, maybe I should start the next one with a full shuffling of these. Yeah, let's cut here. I'm going to cut here and then start over with another part with the cat tarot. Okay, yeah, now here we go with the shuffling stuff with the tarot of the white cat. That was not the white cat, but there is a white cat in the room. And so I'm going to put you back in my little teacup holder, and we're going to get going. Okay? Yeah. Can you dig it? I know you can dig it, because we're earth elements. Yeah. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Pentacles, juggling, balancing, decision to make, weighing decisions. Asgard, there's going to be Seven of Cups. There's Seven of Cups. That's not helps us clarify Asgard there with Ord. And then down in Hill with Gefkin, we have the Three of Pentacles. And then with Frigg, we have the Eight of Cups. Heimdall. Let's see, Ten of Pentacles. Well, I think that bodes well for those that are listening. For the Ten of Pentacles. And, oh, Ace of Swords, wonderful. That's great to have with Midgard, Bragi, poetry, language, expression, and it's coupled with the Ace of Swords. This is a good indicator of truth and sort of eagle eye, having a keen eagle eye, seeing things truly. That's cool. With Odin, I pulled this upside down. I don't normally take upside downs. Sometimes I do if I feel like it is, and this is one that I do like. I prefer this one to be upside down than this way, because you see it's like casting off, just like I'm giving up, but this way, it was a more difficult decision to cast it off, I think. But I'm going to go ahead and leave it right side up. Jotunheimer, the Emperor. So again, this one was pulled upside down, but I don't like to do upside downs. Emperor. So Skirnir, the messenger with the Emperor. This is sometimes signified as an Aries or someone who's stubborn, someone who has ownership of things or rules of land. Skirnir's messenger of. We'll get into that. Ask, the first human man with, Hermit. That's great for, this is great for, well, us earth signs, but Virgos in particular. This signifies Virgos a lot. So that's good to have there. This kind of already tells me that perhaps we're doing something we were born to do, but it's new, but it's natural to us. And then in Muspelheimer, the Knight of Swords with Foresti. So he's kind of like a warrior of truth with Foresti, with fairness and judgment. So there's a big element of truth here. Let's get into the books. How much time do I have? Oh, we're just about 5 minutes. So I'm going to show you the spread right now, and then I'm going to cut and come back and do the reading. And I can do that with you in my hand, because I don't have to shuffle anymore. So here we have, just to run down again, there's Urd with the present. And then down here, Gefkin with the Three of Pentacles. Frigg, Heimdall with the Ten of Pentacles, Ragi, and Odin, Skirnir, Ask, Oreste. Okay, I am going to be right back. All right, here we are with the next part, starting off in Jotunheimer and Skirnir. You see Skrinir? Skrinir is a persistent messenger and a servant. If he works for the Seeker, he's a strong reinforcement of their agenda. Skrinir reinforces all the cards around him, for good or bad. Skrinir either brings light or dark. So he's a messenger. He also amplifies those around him. And with having the Emperor here also, that's very reflective of Odin also. So I like the elements that are. And if you also see the comparisons with Skrinir with the Hermit, they're both holding sort of staves and light, and sort of there's a glow about their task. And of course, the emperor can be sort of a fatherly, paternal energy. They are. Let's see. I took a note here. Here we are. Father figure. Oh, the boss. And kind of like the boss man. He decides. He makes the decisions. He's the ruler of the roost. So Skrinir looks like Skrinir is here to help you communicate and control conversations, perhaps. So to avoid potential blow-ups, that you'll be able to use your words to keep people calm, that you'll be able to rule conversations, that to avoid more explosive outcomes, using nearly poetic language, perhaps. All right, let's go to Ask. What am I? Okay, Ask is the first human man, and he is clarified by the Hermit. So I think that kind of really looks like, with it being in this position, sort of new opportunities, new financial opportunities, perhaps using your inner insight. But the Hermit is seclusion, but also wisdom from seclusion. The Hermit is, for many of us Virgos, usually signifies ourselves in readings. And let me make sure. Yeah, a new beginning, clean slate, a new venture in the world. Oh, but there is a bit of as yet unknown. If there's also sort of the theme of sort of a blind corner, that perhaps a light like the Hermit can begin to illuminate the path, because there's a corner about to be turned, and it's a blind corner, but there's new opportunities around the next corner. It can be a total overhaul, and this is your home, your pursuit of material things, not your home, your work, pursuit of material things, your craftsmanship, and this is sort of a birth. Pardon me. And then Muspelheimer, Foresty. Okay, so Foresty with the Knight of Swords, and Knight of Swords is usually just like he's coming with a message. Sometimes it can be intelligent communication, sometimes it can be a cutting communication, or him charging in to make a point. This is a card to tell you to use communication boldly, or that communication will be used boldly. And in this position, this is where passion is, action, fire. Foresty is fairness, judgment. He's who sets precedence. In Icelandic, the direct translation is president. He's a god of good example, and he settles disputes. Let's see. Look for responsibility from within as well as from outside sources. So there's responsible communication, fair, again, I'm seeing an element of us earth elements having a level head, being able to keep a level head amongst people just charging in, or being able to be sensible and logical, diplomatic, even if you do have to charge in, that you're holding the sword of truth in your hand. And this is in the fire, the passion. There's also wrath and warning, that perhaps there's someone coming in with an urgent message. But it's fair, but perhaps they're just charging in. And that is Muspelheimer. All right, we made it. How about that? I stayed the course. I kept my stable head, despite the cricket that won't stop. And the cats that are not chasing down the cricket. But that's all right. You know, now that I'm done, I'll be done recording. The cricket can chirp all he wants. Really, seriously. So I see some happiness here. I see some new turns of events for prosperity, but I see moving forward, leaving something behind while starting something new. Some very powerful cards in language and truth, wisdom, poetry, journal. Like there's a lot of like use your words. Drink your juice, Shelby. Okay. So thanks for joining me, and that is our Earth element Virgo Taurus Capricorn summer 2020 deep dive Yggdrasil divination card reading. Can you dig it? I think we just did. Thanks. Okay. Hopefully this will be my last 6-minute portion, because there's a cricket now. And so I have kind of plotted out what page numbers I need to go to right quick, and we'll go through the Yggdrasil Tree of Life spread that I've augmented with Deep Dive with the Tarot of the White Cats. There is our cricket friend. I keep telling that cricket, you keep letting yourself known in a house full of cats, you're going to get caught, cricket. See, he don't care. He's just brazenly chirping. All right, so let me put you down so I can kind of do this. I hope you can hear me. Maybe I'll make sure that I speak up. So in Asgardr, we have Urd, who's the present. She's sort of like one of the three sisters of fate. She represents the present, and then we have it accompanied with 7 of Cups, which I'm going to get Urd's page here, which is page 70. But I really think that means that what is crowning us Earth elements right now is perhaps in very presently there's paths that we want to take, and it's not quite clear which cup to perhaps guide our compass by, perhaps, be it unknown, be it wealth, happy home, loved ones, ourself. There's a lot of different cups that are floating around. Some of them are illusion, but I think that's very literal, with that being the present. That is very top of mind right now, is perhaps analyzing all options. Urt. This card represents the present situation of the seeker's question and the present path of the seeker. It is important to pay close attention to the placement of the card of Urdur in the spread and the cards around here. So she is crowning us right now. Her thread is the current path of the seeker. This thread, much like the thread of the future, is constantly influenced by the seeker's action and influence. The attendance of Urdur Verdandi and schooled in the spread urges the seeker to take existential look. We do not have that. Let's see. She reminds the seeker to take charge of the present time. Seize the day is her message. So we want to seize the day, but perhaps there's options that we're trying to balance out or consider. And then let's go right down into Alfheimer, where we have Frigg. So I think that's going to be cool to read Frigg in Alfheimer, joined by 8 of Cups. So Frigg is... Now with the 8 of Cups is the next step after the 7 of Cups that we have up there. The 8 of Cups is like there's another cup added to the illusions or the choices that are offered, and it's realized, oh, you know what? I'm going to take that wisdom and go further on down the path, because you see how the 8 cups are stacked up on the bottom, like there's a space for another cup, and then perhaps a 10th one on the very top to make a pyramid. And so the 8 is the lesson after the 7 of Cups of taking that next step towards completion. Well, let's get Frigg in here. Where's Frigg? Come on. 24. Let's see. Frigg is a sign of great intuition and foresight for the seeker. The seeker is advised to take note of and obey their intuition and trust their inner wisdom. The card indicates strongly that the seeker knows the outcome of their quest and knows what needs to be done to fulfill their wishes. So she is wisdom, and the wisdom to take that next step. This card can sometimes look like leaving something behind, but that doesn't mean you can't come back to the setting and put in and fill in those spots with that cup that you get. Perhaps you're off to find a cup from someone else, their cup of love. But she has the wisdom and intuition, so there's a bit of clairvoyance here. With her being in Alzheimer, there's a bit more, a bit more clairvoyant power with her being there. And let's go down to Hel. So this is kind of like the root, our baser motivations, the obstacle, so to speak, Gifkin, claiming new ground. So it's finding a new space is a difficulty. Finding a new space is a difficulty. 3 of Cups is joined by, or 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, which is creative work. It's practical. So, So the challenge is, or our lower motivations is to, like a sort of new world, new perspective, gain new ground, a bit of a fresh start, and through practicality, creative practicality, however, a bit of your own artistic flair to it. And then Svartalfheimer. We have Heimdall, accompanied by the 10 of Pentacles. So I know this is a bit of a family card, but it's also abundance, fruitfulness, But with the characters that are in this, like you see the main family members that are back here in the garden talking, but the real fun is this character here who's kind of by himself, but the animals are all around, and this is like where the fun is. This is where enjoying the nature is, really enjoying the abundance of your life. These two in the background are they're planning, scheming. They're not really appreciators of the present, seizing the day. But let me get you to Heimdall, because this is a gateway, a warning, opportunity, message. Let me make sure I get him. Heimdall. 107. What time am I at? Oh shoot, I'm at 8 minutes. I better get to him in the next one. Okay, next take we are going to do Heimdall. Okay, so we still have the new edition of a cricket, and I'm about to do Heimdall in Svartalfheimer, and but here we go. I'm just gonna plow through, stay the course, steady as she goes. We're gonna get through this. Can you dig it? I know you can. So let me put you down, and we will get Svartalfheimer, which is Heimdall, if you want a refresher. Gateway, opportunity, warning. He's the guardian of Bifrost, the bridge. So he's guardian of the connection between Midgard and Asgard, but he is in Svartalfheimer. What is he doing there? He's so he is a bit of a guardian. He's a gatekeeper. Let's see. This is card represents an opening for the seeker, a direct link to an opportunity, great prospects for the seeker. So our just below the surface is an opening. Like we want to create opportunities for ourselves. We want to create strong, uninterrupted connection with aspiration. And because we want a happy home, a happy, prosperous home, we want to create our opportunities. So we will have some opportunity creating, I believe. Let's look at Midgard, which has Bragi. So already right now, I know Bragi this is sort of the embodiment of poetry, very emotional communication. And then along with it, we have the Ace of Swords. This is the sword of truth. Now, sometimes truth is cutting, but with Bragi being it poetic, and I think it's a beautiful truth that is happening right now in our, us as a seeker on where we're at in our physical environments. A beautiful truth. But let me read his thing in the book, just in case, for Bragi. Let me find where's Bragi. 34. Bragi is the god of fiction, imagination, words, artful language, music, puns, expression. If Bragi shows up in the spread, it is time for the seeker to phrase their wishes, detail them, and manifest them in the world using language. So, if speak out what you want to manifest. I am abundant. I am prosperous. Bragi's presence indicates that the power of words and phrasing will work in the seeker's favor. If the seeker is working on anything text-based, it will be advisable to call on Bragi to gather thoughts and express them freely. Perhaps if you're writing a script or a novel or something. And he's an effortless wordsmith. So use your words. They are coming out true. So that's very beautiful for right now. And then we have in Niflheimer. Niflheimer is Odin. That's pretty awesome. He's a head honcho. He's a head honcho. And then the Ten of Swords, which is sort of a letting go. You see that he's been kind of playing a game of throw in the towel, and he's like, it's hard to stand all these swords up on their own. This one keeps falling over, and then he gets that one, and then this one falls over, and he's like, it's supper time. I gotta go. I'm drawn to this bit of light that's up here. He's like, I'm seeing the light. Just when we're seeing that echoed here also in this one, that they're sort of casting off old beliefs and moving further down a path. Well, let me read Odin for you. Odin's influence in the reading indicates that the seeker has the ability to look at a situation from all angles, because Odin is omnipresent, omnivision, omnisight, seeing things from many angles, seeing other people's points of view. And this is in the place of emotion, so you'll be able to understand where other people are coming from. Perhaps in more chaotic times, this will help you stay calm while others may be acting a fool. But you can be steady as a rock, like a rock. Odin works for the seeker, and very few cards can weaken him. But he has many names, manifestations, children. This card comes with healing, wisdom, poetry, command of language, runic alphabet. So here's more of words of truth, speaking true. But I think there's also an element of knowing when to hold back, knowing not to, throw fuel on a fire with empowered words, with explosive words, fire, Yeah. And like that there's many elements of language, expression, poetry, wisdom. There's wisdom here, poetry here, language, truth, new beginnings. And here we have over here, what time are we at? Oh, 7 minutes. I lucked out, I think, that I could get to 8 minutes. I deleted Pokemon Go off of my phone, so now I have more space. But maybe I will end this one here and continue with Jotunheimer, where we have Skirnir joined with the Emperor. Another head honcho is in Jotunheimer. So I'm going to cut here and start the next take doing this position.